Hey, thanks for joining me again. I've had a few people ask me about cleaning my Osprey Hydraulics reservoir. And so I decided I was going to make a video for you guys to show you guys how I do it. So basically, first thing to know is you never want to leave water sitting in here for any extended period of time. And in my opinion, that means like a day or 2 days. Or basically anytime, like, unless you're using the thing every day and putting fresh water in it every day. Like, if you go for a hike and you use it and then you aren't planning on using it tomorrow, I empty it out and I go through this process that I'm about to show you. So right now mine is actually dry because I already did this process and I didn't want to just get it wet again for the video. But I'll show you exactly the steps that I do to dry it out and what I call clean it. So basically, the thing that makes it a problem, or the issue, is basically if you leave water standing inside the bladder, then you will end up getting, especially like in the tube, you'll get like algae and stuff starting to grow in the tube, and then eventually inside the bladder itself, and then you'll just have to throw the thing away because it's not even going to be worth trying to clean it. So here's what I do to clean it. So first off, I unzip that top part, open it up, empty out whatever water is in there, okay? And I disconnect that hose from this part over here, okay? And then I also disconnect this piece as well from this hose. And then usually at that point, this hose is full of water, and so I turn it upside down and drain it out as much as possible, okay? Then I take this piece and I just stick it inside here, but like 2/3 of the way, so it's still kind of, so basically so that it makes an opening at the top of the mouth of this thing. And then I put this aside for the moment, okay? And then I also put this thing aside. Oh, I also shake this thing out to get as much water out of there as possible. And usually there's droplets flying out of there. Then for the hose, this piece I don't disconnect. Oh, let me show you on this thing also. Okay, so on the bladder here, this hose from here, I find I think it's supposed to be able to cut the hose to be able to disconnect from the gray part on the inside, but I have not been able to get it off, and I'm afraid that if I pull it too hard, it's just gonna break the seal in this piece, so I just don't want to do that. So anyway, I find that it works just fine without even doing that. So put that aside for a moment. All right, so for dealing with the hose, this piece I leave on because it's basically just an open hole. I don't know if you can see that. There you go. And then this part, so first thing, I take this magnet that's on there and I slide it all the way down onto that part to get it out of the way and to get it, in place. Then I pull off that, okay? Then I take this hose and from both ends, I hold it on one end and I spin it around, and be really careful to watch your eyes so you don't whip yourself in the eye and take out an eye. That would be horrible. Okay, so I get as much of the water out of that as possible. Put that aside. Then this bite valve. So this comes apart into 3 parts. So first I take that, I remove that, and then I push the red piece out of the actual silicone bite valve, like that, okay? I shake those things out as much as possible. I put them on the side with my other thing. This thing too, there'll usually be some water in there. Make sure this is open and not locked shut so that the air can pass through. I shake that out as much as possible. Okay, so then I got these 4 pieces, okay, these 4 small pieces that could easily get lost. I put them in the windowsill, okay, and then they don't get lost. And then I take this hose. Let me show you this. I put it through it's got these little 2 loops, in the blue thing for the hose to pass through. So I just hang it through there like that, okay? And then I take this part of the hose, I pull it out of there for the moment. I put it onto a clothesline, okay, out in the sun most of the time, unless it's raining or something, and then I just put it inside on a clothesline. And then I put it back in there. And when I put it on the clothesline outside, typically, so it's hanging from here, okay, but I'll usually put a clothespin right there so that if it's windy, it just doesn't blow the thing off onto the floor. And that is typically how I clean it. Some people, you know, will some people use things like mouthwash and stuff like that, and also there's like bottle cleaners and whatnot. But I have found that, in my opinion, that has not been necessary for me at all. I just find that if I'm really diligent about drying it out properly and not letting water sit in it, nothing grows. It seems fine. It doesn't get funky at all, and the water stays fine. So let me know if you have any questions or if you feel like I missed anything. Just keep me posted. And thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you soon.